Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another St. Charles Stories. I'm Nate Went, Tourism and Sales Coordinator for the St. Charles Business Alliance. Also, here representing the Alliance is our marketing strategist, Rachel Garland.
Hello.
So, we're going to have an awesome episode here for you guys today as we're going to be talking with Matt Keene, who has been a pretty prevalent musician here in the St. Charles community. We're excited to kind of learn about his story and get to share his story here. So, Matt, it's great to see you. Thanks for joining us
Hi.
today.
Thank you guys so much for having me. I appreciate being here.
Yeah, of course. Well, we're excited to get to learn about you a little bit. So let's kind of dive in. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself? How long you've been in the
Sure.
area, where you're from, things like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I was originally born in Southern Illinois. I'm actually an Air Force brat. So we moved quite a bit, but I spent my early years outside of Oklahoma City. And then we moved to this area in 1999. So been here now for the better part of 22 years off and on. It's you can't ever seem to really leave this area. I don't know. You always try, and then that something brings you back. So
Yeah, absolutely. No,
yeah,
we're glad
called
to
it
have
home
you
now
back.
for
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Anytime it's a short stint that I've been away, so it's this place has always felt like home, and yeah, it's certainly still feels that way even more so now. So
For sure. So, is there, besides playing music here, is there any other favorite things that you like to do in the area?
oh yeah. Well, I have a 2.5-year-old son, so
Okay.
parks are a big thing. We like to make sure those are in working order around the area. The river walk is huge. We enjoy doing that. We fish quite a bit as well. So, the Fox River is good for that, minus the river bugs right now, which are already out.
I
But
know.
yeah, they're bad this year. Goodness gracious. But yeah, I love to go bowling at St. Charles Bowl. And yeah, just generally get around the town. We like Kimmer's Ice Cream Shop's a good stop. We get into our stadium quite a bit before we take our morning walks. There's just stuff you could do everywhere, it seems, and it's all for the most part pretty wholesome. So I really been joining that with my son. So we have a good time and get out with the family as often as we can. So
Yeah.
the family activities in St. Charles are great.
Absolutely. No, it's awesome that you guys get to partake in that, really get to enjoy the area. So, and especially with your music. So, Rachel, if you want to kind of go and talk to him about his career with music.
Yeah. Could you give us a little bit of background on kind of your musical roots, how you got started,
Sure.
play multiple instruments, things like that?
Yeah. Well, I started playing guitar. I was 9 when I took my first lesson. And my aunt, who was an integral part of raising me, she told me as a kid that, the songs that were bands that you need to learn is Led Zeppelin, Earth, Wind, and Fire. If you can master that, and Jimi Hendrix. So if you can manage those three, you'd be all right. And so that totally sculpted how I started listening to music and what I wanted to do in playing it. And so I didn't really take it seriously though until I was maybe 15 or 16. And they have a thing over at St. Charles North, or they used to years ago. It was called Trunk Full of Funk. So it's like a artistic showcase that they would have weekly. So that kind of put me in touch with guys at the time who were juniors in high school when I was a freshman. And so then building bands and stuff like that started to grow from that. So many years spent just as a singer, many years spent just strumming rhythm guitar. And now I'm kind of developing a lead guitar style and, playing electric guitar as well. And in terms of instruments, though, it's generally going to, it's my voice and my guitar. I can poorly play harmonica and piano and
Okay.
things like that. I could shake a shaker kind of, but yeah, for the most part, guitar and voice has been my focus. So
Awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
yeah,
So, with, those two instruments, you've been really, as I said earlier, really prevalent here in the St. Charles community, performing at all sorts of venues. You perform almost, I think, weekly at D&G, right?
yes, yep, yeah. That has been a blessing. Alex, the owner, gave me the gig just as the pandemic was really getting underway, and we were getting in towards that winter. I started in October there now 2 years ago, and yeah, I mean every Friday it's like just an incredible blessing. I've got a great group of folks that come to support me, and they bring new folks every week, and the beer and the food is exceptional that they get in there and stuff. So it feels like home for sure there. Let's see. I mean, I've been my first time, playing in the area and things like that. man, I don't even remember the name of the place. It's where Rocket Fizz is now currently.
Okay.
There used to be a bar there. So I was 18 and I played there. That would have been my first, I guess, St. Charles gig, you know. And in a lot of ways, those formative years where you load in to play the gig and then you don't really get to stand in the bar until you play. And when you're done playing, you're not supposed to really be in there either. So yeah, just like a lot of gigs like that, I guess, in the area and working it that way over the years. So, and then getting out into the west of St. Charles, there was Nico's Lodge and things like that. So many years of just strumming guitar and singing songs. So it's been great though, because I have never really pandered in terms of the songs I choose to play. And I don't know if that is endearing or not to people, but like, and not knocking it. Like I've never, done sipping on sponge cake or things of that nature. And I think, I can, bring them songs that they know or enjoy, and it's not necessarily all of the same old stuff. So in a huge way, yeah, D&G, man, what a blessing, because through that entire winter, I was outside playing through it and just cutting my teeth, learning new music, learning ways to make this whole thing seem, more interesting. And yeah, give people reasons to maybe come back every week by doing something a little bit different or unique. It just as a means of, like, even for myself, I wouldn't generally want to see the same person do the same thing every single week. So it's been really cool to have that blessing of D&G and learning how to push myself and get better at it every week. So
yeah, I mean, and so, as you kind of talked about with like getting started in St. Charles, like, was it, kind of hard to get your toe dipped into those waters, or like once you're kind of in, like, it was like you were in, like, and you were able to kind of connect with everyone, or kind of take us through your story, connecting with the St. Charles
sure.
community?
So much of it is just if you're willing to, and it really could go for anywhere that you want to play. If there's anyone listening to this who's trying to do that, if you just go to a spot and, and ask, if you're even bold enough to go to a spot and bring your instrument and showcase right there what you could do, people responded really well to my dear friend and I, Drew Depke. We were doing this together years ago as an acoustic duo, and he was playing the lead guitar kind of a thing. And we just would go to places and ask if they were willing to have live music. And that's kind of how that started. And it took us years before we were playing in places that had a stage or sound or lights or things like that. So for those first few years, especially in this area, you just drag your gear much like I do now and set up and do your thing for a few hours. And I didn't realize that I could monetize it and make it into a career and a job and do something like that. So that's been, again, just humbling and incredible to still be in this area and still be doing it. And, aspirations of big, great things in music, but just so grateful for the consistent work and the people in this area who keep coming back out. So, yeah, there's a lot of folks who give artists in this area legs up, which is really great too. So I didn't see a time where there's like people turning musicians away. So once I was old enough to go to the House Pub, which was a place that I frequented a ton as well, that became a second home for me in terms of growth and stuff in this area. So for sure, once I got into that, group and I was old enough to go to places and actually, be a patron of them as well as work them, that opened a lot of doors. Because have you heard this guy? No, you should really check him out. He's a good guy. You do well for your bar, wherever it might be.
Slowly was connecting with everybody else, and that's awesome.
Yeah. And then I do pride myself, never taking breaks, because it just, I struggle with the notion of being in the middle of playing and then, you take a break and who knows what music might come on, and then trying to get back into the energy after that. So I just always do the straight 3 hours or 4 hours or whatever it is. And again, just this area and the places in it that allowed me to get better at my craft is just awesome. So
yeah, absolutely. So awesome. Well, cool. Well, Rachel, if you want to do the next one.
Of course. So do you have any other memories that are just top of mind, favorite moments in St. Charles, aside from maybe at D&G or your first one?
Yeah. Definitely House Pub. Those those nights at House Pub were great. I cut my teeth in building a rock and roll band from there. For a while, I took on, they didn't have music on Mondays for a while, so I tried to do a Matt Keen Monday thing. And we started building steam with that, and that's how I built my band. And so then, fast forward a few years from that, I was back home. I had broken my leg on tour, and I was trying to figure out what I was going to do next because I obviously couldn't tour with the rock and roll band, and I was sitting at home. So I reached out to House Pub and I started doing the Monday thing again. And I guess the best memory would be I was doing the Monday night gig and I met my wife, and it seemed to all, make perfect sense why I didn't continue on that tour. And I came home and healed up enough to start playing at House Pub again, and then got to meet her. So House Pub was that was a great night, great gig.
Oh, man. So that was like where it all began, essentially.
That's right.
That's awesome.
That's right. Yeah, it set my life in a totally new trajectory that evening. So
Oh.
That's awesome.
yeah, definitely.
If someone couldn't make it to a performance, do you have music on any streaming platforms that they could listen to?
Yeah. Yes, I do. I have a record out there. It's entitled Restless Days, and it's under my name, Matt Keen. And yeah, it's kind of a singer-songwriter meets rock and roll blues. I was trying to get a snapshot of my life at the time, and I think it's a really great representation of that. So yeah, Restless Days has been special. And, there's a tune on there for my wife, a tune on there for my son. And it's really cool how that developed. And again, the support that people gave to me throughout the pandemic, and I was able to do live streams and stuff like that. That record really helped me get through, and I've been told that it helps some other folks get through as well. So that's been really special. So yeah, wherever you stream your music, it's out there. So
awesome.
Cool.
Yeah. So, can they catch songs from that track list, or, what's kind of like, if someone was to go to, D&G on a Friday, like what kind of music can they expect?
Yeah. I say circa 1975 and older, because I like to play a lot of classic rock, blues rock, Southern rock.
Yeah.
But it runs the gamut. I'm willing to go anywhere. I play, reggae has been finding its way in lately. Like some Motown, soul pop. Again, just things that I try to stay away from cliche songs, but might play Rocky Mountain Way or Hotel California or something like that. Just or maybe some B-sides of some Tom Petty that, instead of Just American Girl, which I would totally play. But those are the kind of tunes and the energy I'm going for, I guess, is a classic rock thing.
So what keeps drawing you back to St. Charles as a performer? Is it the audience, the crowds, the atmosphere?
I'm intrigued by the area. Just the support is incredible. I love being close to home. I'm a homebody, so that's definitely part of it as well. And the fact that you could go to so many different places on any given night, and there might be someone in there playing and singing. It just feels like we're supported in this area, and that's a great feeling as a musician. You don't until you can really substantiate it as a career, it's tough to even explain to people. So to go out and have, groups of people really care, really get it, really support you means a lot. So yeah, can't love this area.
Yeah. You got the strong following, you got that the community there that kind of is right there for you. So it's I got it all that I need, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, absolutely right. And I mean, it's cool too. My son will walk around town and stuff, and he's so aware of where we are in town, or what, we're, theater, he'll say, and we'll go in there and wander around the Arcada. And he's just, I try to immerse him. He'll come with me sometimes and set up for a gig, and he'll do the mic check or things like that. So it's just cool to get him out in it. And again, it's endearing, I think, to a lot of folks. Just, it's great to feel their love come back when, we're out there doing it like that. So it's a family affair.
Him being exposed to the music already, we might see a duo with you and your son one day, depending on how his music career goes.
Yeah. It'd be the Partridge Family for sure. Something,
Perfect.
Yeah, I would hope that he, I'm excited for whatever he wants to do. If he wants to play an instrument, he certainly has access to enough of them to do it. So
So awesome. Well, we're kind of getting towards the end here. So this
Sure.
is a question that we like to ask everyone that comes on the podcast, just to, because it's so cool to kind of see what they would do. So, but if you were Matt, if you were king of St. Charles for a day, what would be your first
Yeah.
proclamation and why?
I thought about this. I was thinking I would probably defer to my wife's judgment, and I would let the queen make that decision immediately. And then
Smart man.
and then otherwise, I would like to not just in Lincoln Park. It would be cool if there, was outdoor music maybe that went till a reasonable hour, and it was okay that would occur until 8 o'clock or something like that, and you might hear outdoor music more often than just like the pulsing bass of some of the downtown spots late at night. So yeah, I love outdoor music. It would be cool to see some in Potawatomi, or just kind of pop up. That would be nice to see. So
yeah, I'm kind of surprised. I thought you'd be like, I would make everyone come to this giant performance that we'd have at Lincoln Park or the fairgrounds or something. Everyone has to come watch me play or something. So
no way. I couldn't do it. That's funny.
Well,
that'd be a great way to guarantee a show, I guess. But no, man, I would defer to the wife for sure. So
absolutely, smart man. So all right, Rachel, all yours.
Well, before we wrap up, do you have any songs that you might want to tease, or any upcoming events that you want to talk about?
Sure. Yeah, I've been working on a new record that is called Tillerman, is what we're gonna call it. And there's a tune that's on there that I'm working with, and it's called Top. It goes like this. Patience is a virtue I'm currently working towards. Sometimes I get a little too loose. I get out of my core. It's a crazy situation, yeah, I'm holding on desperately. And despite all my faults and my flaws, you want a man like me, yeah, just like me. There's no other way. So what do you say? We take it back to the time. Oh, thank you kindly. I appreciate that. In terms of special performances, I will be out in Swisher, Iowa next month on the 23rd, opening for Skip Marley. That's Bob Marley's grandson. So that'd be a cool show. And then let's see, I'll be heading back out to Sturgis, South Dakota for the rally this summer. And I play at an incredible place out there called Ride and Rest Campground. And then otherwise, I'll be at D&G every Friday. I play quite a bit at Flagship on the Fox, 93 Octane, and hopefully more at the Arcata Theater. So yeah, just look forward to, hopefully meeting some folks and seeing some people out at the shows.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Matt, I mean, that sounded amazing through Zoom. So I'm sure in person, it sounds 100 times better, because sometimes the microphones are kind of strange. But I hope that we can catch you out at a performance sometime around here. If anyone's watching, go check Matt out. He's got great stuff. So
thank you. I appreciate it so much, Nate and Rachel. Thank you so much for having me, guys.
Yeah, of course. So, I mean, last question. You've done an amazing job, Matt. So one more for you. Is there anything that you'd like to say to the St. Charles community before we wrap up here?
I just would say thank you for supporting me. And I will, I'd love to meet anyone, and I'm down to play any gig anytime. So please come out to a show. And yeah, just thank you for the support if you've been to one. And hopefully I'll see you at one if I haven't before. So
awesome. Yeah. Well, Matt, it's been a true pleasure having you on.
Likewise.
That people can come, see your music and come see you perform, and go support the local businesses that you play at. So
yes.
But otherwise, that'll wrap up our St. Charles stories. So we'll have some more coming down the road. So until then, everyone, stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you all next time. Matt, if you want to play us out, that'd be a great extra.
Sure.
All right. Woo.
Well, come on, baby, don't you wanna go? Well, come on. I said, baby, don't you wanna go back to that same old place, sweet old Chicago? Well,
I love it. Hey everyone, thank you again for watching our video here. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. So if you haven't, go check out some of our other content. There's so much information out there to learn about our amazing businesses, people in St. Charles, and so much more. If you have some time, we'd like to share some information with you about some amazing things that you can take advantage of to stay in tune with what's going on here in St. Charles. So the first up being, go to our website. If you go to our website, you can see all the amazing things that St. Charles offers. As we have so much information on there, you can find our happy hour hub, live music schedule, where to stay for a weekend, and so much more. Especially to our events. Make sure to go to our events page, see all the events that are happening throughout the year, get them on your calendar because they are so much fun. You don't want to miss them. So again, www.scalliance.org. Go check all that information out and go have some fun and plan your stay here in St. Charles. Another great way to stay informed on what's going on in St. Charles is our What's Up St. Charles newsletter. If you haven't, make sure to sign up for that. You can also sign up for that on our website by scrolling all the way to the bottom of the page. In the bottom, there will be a place where you can put your email in and sign up for the newsletter. It's a great way to stay informed on any of the major events that are coming up or anything going on in our businesses. We have businesses that put in deals, specials, and events in there. So it's a great way to stay on top of and check out some great places if you're interested. Last is we've been super excited and happy about our Travel St. Charles app. It has been awesome to see the reception as people have really been enjoying it and getting to use it to its full extent. If you haven't checked it out, make sure to, because you can take part in our new brewery tour challenge, where if you go to 6 breweries, you can win a t-shirt. Check that out. But we also have a little promo here that's going to talk about the app a little bit. So here's our little video on our Travel St. Charles app.